Choose your character.
Satoru Gojo versus the Invincible War. The only people left on the streets are the ones who enjoy the chaos. Scum,
Giving you
criminals,
trouble? Fuck off! I got this. Swearing doesn't make it better.
and worse.
I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire!
Not enough good people left to stop it. It took just 24 hours for us to lose control of the entire world. Tonight, Earth is relying on one man to save us all.
領域展開無料空所
Gojo Satoru, the strongest within the Jujutsu Kaisen verse. He is the one who possesses the 6 eyes, which allows him to perceive matter at an extremely high rate. Alongside his infinity curse technique, he can manipulate gravity within his whim, and also create an infinite barrier around him, making him seem damn near to beat. However, today, we'll put that invincibility to the test, and see if he could survive an army of... What's good, YouTube? My name is Tagged Out of Before here, and if you guys want to see more invincible videos like this, make sure to give a knife that like button, subscribe if you're new, comment for the algorithm, join the membership just for $2, and let's dive in. Starting off, before we get into any of the invincible variants, we have to scale Gojo and see how that would give him an edge over any invincible within the Invincible series. Now, we do note that the invincibles that Angstrom Levy brought into the Invincible War do vary in strength. Not a lot of them can hang with our main invincible, considering how he's much stronger than most of them, while only a few can actually be relative towards him. I forgot to say this, but the one way that Invincible could even touch Gojo in the first place is due to them being able to shift their atoms at a subatomic level. And we know that Gojo Infinity operates at an atomic level, so anything under that he cannot perceive as a threat. Therefore, Invincible could just straight up walk up to him and choke him out. So let's go on to scale Satoru Gojo. Starting off with his strength, we know that Satoru Gojo is a beast. Throughout multiple showcases, we've seen Gojo's AP constantly be high, whether it be multi-city block level for him shooting out hollow purples that just evaporate buildings, or when he later first got sealed into the prison room and then released from the prison room, we've seen that he caused a massive earthquake that shook almost everywhere in Japan. So you could definitely bring him into that large town level of AP. Now, if you want to bring Gojo's strength to a high ball, we do see Dagon, who's far weaker than Gojo, create an island with his domain expansion. Now, we know that domain expansions are literal trump cards within the Jujutsu Kaisen verse and need a lot of curse energy to build up and use. So you can use this as a point of him literally pouring out his energy into it to create it. Now, on my last video of Mahito versus Shigaraki, people were disagreeing, saying that what I said was false about Dagon creating an island. That is calced to be an island, and it's shown literally to be an island. And regardless of it's being a domain expansion, we've seen Gojo literally shrunk his domain expansion to a size of like a basketball. So you can't tell me that, oh, just because it didn't scale to an island doesn't mean that it's not actually an island. No, once you're inside that domain expansion, it's an island. We've seen characters literally go swimming inside of it, and they literally play like volleyball on the beach. Like, no, that's an island, bro. Now, how would Gojo's strength measure up to the scaling of base mark from Invincible? Well, that's not doing shit. We know that our main character mark is by far the strongest, if not relative to all the alternate universes marks, and one of those marks, being Omniman mark, stated multiple times to have killed Omniman somehow, some way. So indirectly, that states that our mark, who's gotten stronger over time, can scale to Omniman, and that Omniman said that he pushed away an asteroid the size of Texas. That's at least moon level, bro. Okay, so maybe Gojo's not taking strength, but what about speed? Like, Gojo, he's definitely fast. We've seen him in Shibuya. That boy was speed blitzing them curses. With lower end characters like Maki catching a bullet literally point blank from her forehead, putting her at high hypersonic, Hikari literally dodging lightning beams to his face, and even Kenjaku somehow, someway, reacting to a black hole, which was a sneak attack, mind you, and being able to survive that due to his own hacks. A lot of people really downplay that last feat, which is really weird because it's outright stated and shown scientific data that what Yuki was outputting was a black hole, and even though Kenjaku had hacks for the black hole, he literally needed to react to use it. And we see him literally reacting to the black hole inside of it. Like, no, not even light can leave black holes. So at bare minimum, Gojo would have to be faster than light. Now, how does this compare to Invincible? Now, we know that Invincible is obviously relative to Omniman while being slightly less weaker because of age, you know. However, after fighting Invincible in their first battle, Omniman was able to travel to a different nebula for a week. Like it took him a week to get there. So at bare minimum, that's massively faster than light. Like, no doubt that's massively faster than light. As we all know, massively faster than light is obviously faster than light. So Invincible takes that category as well. We all know that durability scales to what the character can output strength-wise. And since Invincible is far stronger than Gojo, it's a no-brainer that Invincible takes durability too over Gojo. Really proving why he's... I gotta stop with the jokes. That shit is not funny. Damn, Gojo is down 3-0. Is there any way that he could bring this back? Wait, now that I think about it, there is one category that he could have over Invincible, and that's hacks. With Gojo's limitless curse technique, not only is he able to create an infinite barrier between him and his opponent, essentially making him invulnerable to pretty much all damage. He can manipulate gravity with blue, helping him to either teleport or manipulate gravity like he's in Gmod. Utilize red, which he can use to push enemies away with gravity. And if he combines the two together, he can create hollow purple, which is an imaginary mass which is very strong and can delete a lot of enemies. Compare Gojo's kit to Invincible and you get super strength, flight, enhanced throat, pause, enhanced breathing. Yeah, you don't really get much compared to Invincible. Like, you get nothing. Yeah, Gojo wins. Gojo wins. Now, after skilling both of them, we know that Invincible more than likely takes the cake compared to Gojo more often than not. However, if we look at Gojo's hacks and how each Invincible acts differently per superhero, we could find certain holes on how Gojo Satoru may be able to clutch a dub against a few of these Invincibles. So let's go through the list, shall we? Now, it's funny how I regarded Omni Mark as one of the most powerful marks. However, if I go back to the comics, I realized that he died to a yo-yo. So I don't care how much titanium or whatever vibranium is inside of that yo-yo, it doesn't matter. All right, that yo-yo is not stronger than the island. It's not stronger than the country, bro. Come on now, let's be for real now. Gojo could definitely pull off a dub and possibly kill that specific mark. I don't want to hear it. And we do see in the TV show just how overconfident that Omni Mark is against actual fodder. So imagine Gojo, who's the king of trash talk, by the way, walks up to Omnimark and just starts dogging him and just straight trash talk. It's gonna heighten his anger so much and make him so overconfident that he'll literally overlook what Gojo's like trying to set up, and the next thing you know, there's a 200% hollow purple in the sky and Omnimark might be cooked. Look, all I'm saying is he died to a yo-yo, man. I like normally I wouldn't say this to a mark, but if you're dying to a yo-yo, you're dying to a hollow purple. I don't make the rules. Next up is Sinister Mark. Now, I do believe that he actually has a great chance of killing Satoru Gojo, considering just how more ruthless and cunning he is compared to the other marks, and we've seen him literally survive the Earth altercation. not dying to a yo-yo. We'll be sharing some Invincible comic spoilers, so if you haven't read it, please go read it and come back, because I promise you this is big. But when Angstrom Levy abandoned those marks, since they was gonna threaten to kill him, back on that random planet, they was forced to consume each other. And let's just say they each had to fight each other out. But out of all of them, Sinister Mark and Mohawk Mark, but it was mainly Sinister Mark, he was the last one standing, and he was the last one alive. So that's proven that not only was he the strongest, but he was the most cunning, you know, at least most intelligent in all battle IQ. So I gotta give it to Sinister Mark. He's definitely taking Gojo's head off. Next up, we got Bug-Eyed Mark, and this Mark is easily getting whooped because compared to literally everything else we've seen in this story, I feel like he died to one of the weaker opponents. Now, understand Rex did his Majin Vegeta thing where he sacrificed his body so he could kill him, but at the same time, that explosion was so small, I didn't even know what happened. Like, at the end of the day, that was like a building level explosion. At most, large building. Like, no. Gojo's way above that. Come on now. Viltrumite Mark is kind of weird because in the show, we see him fight Wolfman and lose somehow. But in the comics, we see him fight Spawn, and when he fought him, he said, "I killed you before and I'll kill you again." That's Spawn.
Oh my God.
Like, beyond multiversal Spawn. Like, no, Gojo's screwed, bro. Yeah, Viltrumite Mark wins that for sure. The rest of the marks that I didn't mention, like Mohawk Mark or Hood Vincible, they're pretty much relative to our mark with little to no weaknesses or strengths for them to be specifically included. But regardless, I'm gonna put them in this category, the category of winners, since they relatively scaled to our mark. That means that they scaled to Omni-Man, and since they scaled to Omni-Man, you already know how this goes. So I gotta give a round of applause to Satoru Gojo, because even though he wasn't able to stop the Invincible War, at least he was able to take 2 of them out of the picture. That's 1 more than Rexplode and 2 more than Immortabum, or Very Immortal. Overall, thank you so much for watching till the end. It means a lot to me considering just how much fun I had editing this Invincible and JJK crossover video. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to give that like button, subscribe if you're new, comment for the algorithm, join the membership today just for $2. Thank you all so much who have. I'm Tack Danny before, and I'll see you guys next time.